Tonight, we have an exclusive interview with USC's Vice President of Admissions and Planning.
Madeline Ottilie is outside the admissions office where acceptance letters for the class of 2023 went out today.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing here outside of the admissions office in Campus Center, and yes, those decisions were mailed out today. However, questions still remain about how those decisions are actually being made. Now, this week on Monday, Katharine Harrington, the Vice President of University Admissions, met with Annenberg faculty. In that meeting, she announced that 2% of applicants are actually flagged during the admissions process. Now, that's something that can be used for, the children of faculty, staff, and members of the Board of Trustees, among other things. However, today, in an interview with Annenberg Media, we asked her about that. She gave a very different answer.
Like most other institutions of our kind, if we have someone who has asked us to make sure that someone who is special to them, someone that we are aware of is in the applicant pool, we simply make a note of that. But those indications of interest are not related to the admission decision-making process.
Now, in that same meeting, Harrington also discussed the average GPA for incoming students for athletes. It was a 3.5, she said, and for the general pool, she said it was a 3.9. Now, one faculty member took issue with those numbers. He said they could be grossly inflated. He's been studying that discrepancy for decades. One of the reasons he suggested is that some athletic teams could recruit a student who later just spends the whole season on the bench. It could also be just differences across the board when you compare different teams. Now, we asked Harrington today about the relationship between athletics and the admissions committee, and here's what she had to say to that.
There's not a lot I can say about that right now because there is an ongoing federal investigation, and that is something that we're cooperating very closely with the federal FBI and the rest of the feds on that, and because there is also what will be a very thorough internal investigation going on.
Now, USC is in the middle of a national college admissions scandal in which dozens of parents are accused of bribing officials at universities across the country to get their kids into school. USC has said that 6 students in this year's applicant pool were denied admission for believed involvement in that scandal. It said that current students believed to be involved have been notified that their status as a student here is under review. Reporting live from Campus Center, Madeline Ottilie, Annenberg TV News.